Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again. And this time we're going to look at a game called Arabian Magic, and this was created by Taito in 1992. And this was suggested by YouTube user PS Jedi 1. And it is just a basically beat 'em up or hack and slash game, kind of like Final Fight, but set in ancient Arabia or Saudi Arabia with swords. And you can control one of 4 different characters, or you can play 2 players simultaneous play, I believe. I don't know that you could play 4 player simultaneous play, but here are the different characters. There's Princess Lisa, Sindbad. I think he's usually spelled Sinbad. There's Afshal and Prince Lassia. Or Lassine, I can't really read the letters, but I'm not terribly impressed with this game. There's very limited moves for each player. Some of the players don't really have moves, but you can collect magic lamps along the way, and you can unleash genies that will help you. And some of the bosses that you can beat will help you. You know, after you've beaten them, they'll act as genies for you. And the genies can actually sort of be controlled by the player. And there is one of the bosses that can turn into a genie for you. But you'll want to save the genies for the bosses. There will be some mini-bosses that might be kind of hard. But some of the characters can have a special attack that can be unleashed when you press left or right twice quickly. And some of them are just stronger and don't have special attacks. My favorite characters are Princess, whatever her name was, the gal right there, and then there's a heavier guy. I like both of those better than the other 2. The princess has an attack where she can that genie cracks me up, where she can like throw like scarves at you or something. I can't remember, or scarves at the enemies. We'll get started, but the basic story is that I'll show you what all the players do. The basic story is that there's this evil guy that has cast a spell on the king of this land, and he turned him into a monkey. And you have to go and defeat the bad guy at the end. But yeah, I have one magic spell I can use, which is unleashing a genie. This game really isn't that good. You can do a multiple combo of attacks just by repeatedly attacking the enemy with your sword. You can do like a lunge, or you can do like an upward strike like that. And the enemies will release coins when they are defeated. Some are large, some are small, and of course the larger ones are worth more. You don't score a whole lot in this game. Not quite like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where you just get like 1 point for beating every enemy. And yeah, be careful of those. Be careful of those holes in the floor. Don't want to fall in them. And when you destroy treasure boxes or vases, you might be able to collect some jewels that will give you more points. And that magic book will kill all enemies on screen at once. You can block the enemy's attack. You hold down the button, and you'll guard with your sword. And their attacks won't be able to get through. That might not hold true with the bosses in the game. Now watch out, sometimes there will be little traps. And here's the first boss, Moomoo Kinsuya or something. Weird name. But just stay back when he's about ready to swing his sword. And yeah, you can block his attacks. The thing about a lot of bosses that really annoys me, and this guy is quite easy, fortunately. See, I'm blocking his attack. And I'm going to use the help of a genie. Yeah, the genie doesn't last all that long. He'll go away after a short while. And you'll get some energy back after you defeat a boss. You got more traps. These traps make me think of ones in Prince of Persia. These little bladed things that jut out. I got a power-up. You can get some little power-ups from some of the treasure chests. And sometimes the power-ups will make your attack stronger, but only for a very short while. I was able to shoot some sort of projectile out of my sword. But yeah, it doesn't last very long. Those coins you collect are just for points. You don't, like, go to a shop later or anything. I think these little traps are kind of cool, these rotating blades. Ah, damn it. Couldn't get around it. Yeah, I'd never seen this in arcades. I would have probably been disappointed by it back then. It's not that great a game. Oh shit, that was a life up. I needed more energy. It wouldn't let me get it. That's bogus. Well, I'm just about to face the second boss, and then there they are. The bosses that jump at you are really annoying because they hurt you automatically when they touch you while they're jumping. Like that. You bastard. But I will show you all the characters. I will play as all the characters. At one point I put on invincibility just because I wanted to make it through the game quickly, although it still took a long time. You only get one extra life per character. You know, after you lose your life, then you only get one more. And there I'm using the block. But it doesn't help you when the enemy jumps at you. But this boss will help you when you defeat him. You can use him as a genie later on if you collect magic lamps from the treasures. And you can store extra magic lamps, so you could have like all the bosses that converted into genies help you out. Please help me if you blah blah blah. Yeah, they just say that they're gonna help you, and they get sucked into your magic lamp. And there'll often be like a treasure dropped after you beat the boss. You can collect it for more points. Yeah, see the monkey that she's holding, that is the king. He got transformed into a monkey by the main boss bad guy, and I forget what his name is. Now, this level's kind of cool. I like this one. You go on a flying carpet, and being an ancient Arabia based game, you would expect there to be like a magic carpet at some point or another. It's best to stay at the bottom, because most of the enemies are going to be in the upper part of the level. They will eventually come down to you, but you can easily turn around and kill them. The boss on this level is that giant eagle, and he's called the Great Roc, R-O-C. And here you just slice his feet. Try to get out of the way of his talons, even though there's a really wide grab radius, you can still easily get hit even if you think you're going to get out of the way. But you hit his feet enough, and you'll have to deal with his upper body. I'm going to use the genie again to help me out here. Yeah, this is really just not that great of a game, but I do like this level. Now you have to slash the bird's head. You can slash those feathers in mid-air that are coming at you, but they'll hurt you if they do hit you, and then he'll have these little mini birds coming after you too, eventually, and you can't let them touch you either. Up like that. His dead body is still floating on the carpet. But I will switch to the princess character. And like I said before, I like her and the fat guy best. I will eventually play as her in just a moment. I'm just gonna put in my initials and get the game over screen, and then I'll pick up where I left off. That genie's voice makes me laugh. That his laugh is kind of cheesy. That's Arabian Magic, and we will pick up where I left off in just a moment here. Whoa ho ho ha. Yeah, I'm generally not a big fan of this game. This level is cool though. But yeah, let's choose the princess character. Yeah, she can shoot projectiles. They don't have a very long reach. Yeah, I'm gonna use another genie helper here. Yeah, the genies don't help you very long. Yeah, the bird can back up and strike you with a quick attack, so you gotta watch out for that too. Get another gem or something for beating him. This is the end of the level. There's nothing I do here. I fly down to the ground here, and then the round ends. And then we go to round 4. There are a total of 7 rounds. That third round was definitely the highlight. Most of the levels are just walking around on the ground and beating up enemies. You can get a power-up to make your attacks stronger. See, she can shoot lightning, but only for about 5 or 6 seconds. I mean, really, that's not very long-lasting at all. You can throw enemies if you are close. And this, I believe, is just a mini-boss here. Her, like I was saying before, some of the characters that you control, you can double tap left or right, and you'll do a special attack. Hers is, she does this little flip with her scarves, or whatever. And that's very useful against bosses like these. Unless they're like jumping at you, then it's, no, with her she can take them out of midair. But I like using her. Probably best. You don't die if you get sucked into the sand here, but you do get hurt because of that creature at the bottom. The enemies are getting sucked into the sand, but they don't get hurt. I don't think that's fair. But yeah, I like her spinning attack. That's very useful. But it's not fair that... Oh, sometimes you'll come across an hourglass, and that will make the enemies freeze for a short while. Oops, died. I'll play as the, I think he's the they call him Sindbad. In most incarnations, he's known as Sinbad. I have seen it a couple times where he's named Sindbad. Who knows, maybe that's supposed to be the original spelling, I don't know. And then I am automatically dropped through the floor here, and I go to the next part of the level. And this is one of those basic parts of a beat-em-up game where you're on an elevator and enemies come out and attack you. And now we've got snakes. Cobras, I'm guessing. And they get cut in half when you kill them. Yeah, these mages can be annoying. Some of the most annoying games in this, or enemies in this game that I've noticed, are the enemies that can throw things at you when they're far away. They'll be like knives or something. Those guys are kind of annoying. You definitely don't want to let them throw stuff at you. And now I just go to the right here, I guess. Yep. There is, I think, one of the treasure items that looks like a potion can just give you stronger attack for about 5-6 seconds. That's really not lasting long enough. I mean, any of the helpful items that you pick up. But yeah, I think this game is kind of dull, really. This is not to be confused with the old arcade game called Arabian. And that was created by Sun Electronics and Atari in 1983. Totally different game. And now I'm going to call upon one of the bosses here. The purple guy with multiple arms. And we're going to try to take down this yoga type guy with long arms. Even though I couldn't see him on screen, he was still getting hurt. Like I said before, you can control the genies that you call forth a little bit. You can make them attack when you press the button. Yeah, you can throw the enemies at the boss here. But this guy loves to sit on you and hurt you. No matter what you do, if he sits on you, you get hurt. I hate that when the bosses do that. So now I'm going to call up the heavyset guy. And he has a mace that he flings at the enemies. And he has a charge attack. You dash left or right twice real quick, and he'll do a charge attack at the enemy. But I'm going to call forth a genie to help me out here. Boy, he sure doesn't last long, does he? Well, more enemies to throw at the boss, perhaps. Ah, God damn it, leave me alone. There we go. Well, this boss will become a genie for me. I've been made a puppet of the Satan. They've definitely got some English in this game. And there he goes into the lamp. And then we move on to round 5. But yeah, there are 7 levels, and most of them are fairly dull. I like that third level, though, with the magic carpet. Now, for this level, I guess we get shrunken down. And we will get transported into magic pots along the way. I'm gonna start scooting ahead in the levels just to show you the various parts of the levels. And there is the first magic pot, and I get sucked in. It makes me think of the animated opening to I Dream of Jeannie, where Jeannie gets sucked into her magic lamp. You see her eyes blink through the lamp. That used to scare me when I was a real little kid, when I saw it in reruns. Definitely one of the one of the more memorable comedies, sitcoms of the 60s. I liked 60s sitcoms. They were dumb. I mean, they knew they were dumb, but they still made me laugh. That and Green Acres and like Hogan's Heroes and a bunch of other shows at the time. And now we get transported into this icy world. You gotta watch your step here. You'll slip and slide, and you can fall off those edges. You can also knock the enemies off of the ledges. And yeah, here is the guy that will throw daggers at you from afar. Don't want to give him the opportunity to do that. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. One more week till Thanksgiving, and a little bit later you go into another magic pot and you get transported to this area. I guess you're not really underwater, but there are floating fish. And you could chop them in half when you cut them with your weapon. Yeah, I put on invincibility by this point, or infinite energy. And we have skeletons that throw their skulls at you. Get transported through another magic pot. And we're almost to the boss. Yeah, you can grab on to enemies that you're close to, and then you can throw them. But I do like this guy's roll attack. And here is the boss, Doppelganger. It's copies of all the 4 characters you can choose from. I'm going to call upon my yoga genie. Have him slap up these enemies with his Dalsim-like arms. Now, I'm sorry, one thing I don't know about this game is what that red lamp was. It might have been like it might explode on its own, I don't know for sure. And be like a bomb that'll help you destroy the enemies. But these guys will also serve as a genie. They can all also attack the enemies when you call upon them. And now this gal will change your body back to normal because you got shrunk. Balantes, I think it says, is the final boss's name. And that was round 5. Now we'll go on to the second to last level, round 6. And we get changed back to normal size. Yeah, if you're pretty new to this game, yeah, I would suggest using the princess or this fat guy here. But yeah, your power-ups just don't last nearly long enough in this game. It's kind of stupid. But, yeah, we'll keep skipping forward to later parts of the game. There'll be some more mini-bosses to take care of. Watch out for those lanterns that explode and burn. Yeah, the guys that love to jump at you or jump kick you, they can get to be real annoying real fast. But yeah, if you see a magic lamp symbol under your life bar at the top left, then you have a genie that you can use. Now these guys, if you knock them down, keep doing a spin attack into them as they get up. And you can keep hitting them until you push them off screen where you can't reach them. I guess this ship stopped catching fire. We're on the deck and it hasn't burned up. You will eventually come to this octopus's tentacles. You have to just stay just out of reach enough and keep swatting them until they go under the hole, and then you'll have to face the octopus. Oh, they call him King Kraken. tentacles can grab onto you and hurt you, and then it'll shoot ink at you once in a while, which will also hurt you. But just keep hitting the tentacles and you'll destroy them one at a time, like there. And when you've destroyed all the tentacles, you'll beat the Kraken. Scoot forward a little bit so I can do that. There, I did the spin attack at the last tentacle and killed him. If you save me, I'll guide you through the way to a secret island of the Satan. What? Good old English. But again, once you beat a boss, you get some of your life back. Yeah, I do like that third level, the flying carpet level. It is pretty cool, but the rest of the game just doesn't really interest me that much. Now we have these killer plants. With this guy, it's best to do the spin attack on them, because you'll kill them automatically with one shot, like there. And then a little bit later you can go in this door, you don't have to kill the rest of the plants. Then you go in this icy cave here. Eventually you go up this walkway here, this elevated walkway. And we'll skip ahead a little bit more in just a second to later parts of this level. I think there should be a shop or something where you can buy better weapons or something with your coins you've collected. And then a little bit later, there's more of those floor spiked traps, and you need to get behind these statues that are breathing fire. You can kill them from behind. The heads won't turn around and breathe fire on you. But we're almost to the final boss of the game. Now these are more mini bosses here. They can knock each other over. I don't think it hurts them, though. We'll call upon our cheesy genie friend here again. Ho ho ho! Then we'll move forward a little bit more. And just past that, we're going to face this guy here. And here I'm blocking with my weapon. Each character you can choose can block with their weapon. Just give up. You're not gonna break my weapon. We'll call upon my yoga genie to take care of him. This isn't a bad idea for a game. We don't have very many arcade games that are steeped in ancient Egypt fiction. This is the final boss here, but he has like 3 different forms. His first form is very easy. Don't let him shoot fire at you from like far away. Get in close and do the rolling attack with this guy. And once you beat him the first time, then he hops on this big old unicorn thing. Well, it's a dragon. You won't get hurt if you're standing inside him when he breathes fire. It's kind of weird. But get away quickly, because when he's about ready to fly, he can knock you over. And don't let him land on you. Now, eventually he'll swoop at you and hurt you. And we'll beat that form, and then he's back to his normal self. But now he has a new trick. He can still shoot fire at you, but he can also split into 4 different guys, and they can all shoot fire at you. And then you need to beat one form at a time, or beat the correct form of his, not his copies. And we're going to finish him off with Yoga Genie. And now the spell should be broken, and the king should return to his normal form, not the monkey form. The king is waiting for you. All round clear. And all four of us head back to the kingdom. The king was changed back to normal. When with the jewels and magic, the king was changed back to normal. But that is Arabian Magic by Taito in 1992. Requested by YouTube user PS Jedi 1. Not really my cup of tea. I thought it was kind of dull. There should be like more spells or something. Better spells that last longer. More moves for each character. Just didn't really interest me all that much. Just kind of rode in on the coattails of final fight type of beat 'em ups or hack and slashes. Didn't really have enough to interest me. Other than that third level was kind of cool. But that's Arabian Magic by Taito in 1992. I hope you're enjoying your weekend thus far. I haven't really done a whole lot. Went shopping, did some laundry, loaded up the dishwasher, and just kind of sat around and listened to some college football. Screwed around on the internet. Pretty much how my weekends normally go. But next week I'll probably go over to my folks' house and bring a dish of scalloped potatoes for Thanksgiving dinner. The usual thing that we do for Thanksgiving. I like to make dishes here and there. What about you folks? What do you plan to do for Thanksgiving? Are you planning to make up a big old spread, or are you bringing dishes to somebody else's house, or what are you doing for Thanksgiving? I get Thanksgiving off, but I don't get Black Friday off, so if I want to do my shopping for Black Friday, I probably have to get up early, and I'm not going to feel like doing that. But that is Arabian Magic by Taito in 1992, and I put my initials in for a really high score, but that's because I put on invincibility or infinite energy. But that is Arabian Magic by Taito in 1992. Well, this is Crazy Climb Radio saying thanks for watching Arabian Magic by Taito in 1992, suggested by YouTube user PS Jedi 1. I will catch you later in the future with another video. Have a good weekend, everybody. Take it easy. Bye-bye.